like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all they get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Crack of dawn, I imagine you waiting by my doorstep. But it won't be long before I realize it's a picture in my head, in my head.
Hi, welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I have the pleasure to present you the 2017 BMW 530d xDrive. This car is packed with technology, a lot of cool features on board which I'm going to present to you. Two of them are highlights in my opinion, but before we get to that I'll give you the facts. So this one has the 3-liter diesel producing 265 horsepower at 4000 RPM and a maximum torque of, believe it or not, 620 Newton meters between 2000 and 2500 RPM. 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, and the 5.7 is important as well in a moment. Top speed 250 kilometers an hour, and now we're coming back to the 5.7. That was the fuel consumption I had. It was the lowest on the highway a lot, but the fuel consumption was anywhere between 5.7 and 6 liters. Considering the size of the car and the weight of 1715 kilograms, the space it offers, a big boot with 530 liters of boot space. Obviously you can extend it if you fold down the seats. A lot of space, drive assist systems. This is a really amazing figure. So what's new in the 7th generation 5 Series? First of all, it is 100 kilograms lighter than the previous one. We have active aerodynamic. For example, the grille in the front has flaps that open and close according to the program you drive. Sport, they're open to have more air in to cool the engine. In efficient dynamic, we have them closed to reduce the drag coefficient, and therefore you're basically cutting through the air and use less fuel. We have sign recognition, which was not available before on the 5 Series, and we have a smart parking feature which you can control with your key, which I'm going to show you in a moment as well. So overall, car is 4 meters 94 long, 1 meter 87 wide and 1 meter 48 high. Weight, as I mentioned, 1715 kilograms. You can tow up to 2 tons if you'd like to do so, and we have a lot of space, a lot of comfort, a lot of luxury on board. So as usual, you've seen the car in the intro. I'll show you the first row, second row, the boot space, and then we hit the road. Enjoy! Okay, so I just want to demonstrate you how actually you can park your car in and out of the garage with the smart key. So what you do is you have to lock your car. You can see the mirrors are folded in. It doesn't work if the car is unlocked. What you do is you press the key on the left side, it will activate the key, you slide it open, and then you go to automatic parking. Once you activate, you have to be close to the car, so you cannot be like 50 meters away or anything. You have to be close to the car. You'll press the P button on the right side. You hold that one, so it has to be held the whole time, and then it tells you start the engine. So you start the engine, and you have to keep the P button hold all the time. So once it's there, the display will show you, do you want to go forward or backwards? So now we're going to go backwards first, and you have to keep it hold. And you see the car will roll backwards, and you have to go behind your car. It says distance to the car is too far, so you have to be really in distance to your car. And then you can actually walk with your car and park it inside the garage. Now, if you want to go forward, it's the same thing. You just walk with your car. You can take your car for a walk. How great is that? And when you walk in front of it, the sensors will see it or recognize it, and the car will stop. So let's go a little bit forward. That's it. Then you leave the key and you can stop the engine by pressing engine stop. I think this is the greatest feature that has been on cars since a long time. Especially amazing if you consider if you have a tight parking garage where you can't actually open the doors because you have so much stuff in your garage. Now you can park your car and have no issues getting in and out. And if you have an obstacle in front or in the back, the car will actually see and will not allow you to back into it or drive into it. So it will only go towards the way where there's nothing in front or in the back. So that's the key feature. That's it. So let's hop inside now. Now, I have to apologize because I'm really having a big crowd watching me. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 cows and another 3 coming and looking here. So I'm sorry for the bells. I hope it's gonna be fine. First they run away, now they're back. Okay, so we have quite a lot of stuff that I have to tell you here, but we'll have to start the engine so actually everything activates. Now, as usual, from left to right. So we have electric windows, all with one touch function, up and down, electric mirrors with blind spot assistant, lane departure warning, as well as automatic dimming when it gets basically dark and you have lights coming from the back. Then on the top, where you can open the door to lock and unlock it, we have some pockets in the doors to put smaller items. Boot release, another one in case you don't find one of the 2 keys. Then on the left side, the adjustment for the light, fog light and fog light in the back, as well as parking lights. Then the dashboard is all digital. The only thing that is staying where it is are actually the metal round parts that actually show like an analog instrument. So on the left side we have the fuel gauge, which shows as well diesel, and the fuel tank on the right side. And what I really like is a nice feature which shows you the range actually without you going through the board computer. Now on the left we have the speedo, and this depends on which mode you're in. So now we're in comfort mode. You will see this one. So we have the sign recognition, you have the analog clock, which you can switch to digital as well, temperature, and from the left you can go through the board computer. It shows you the total mileage, the trip, then the average fuel consumption again with average speed, and in case you would have the adaptive radar, which we don't have on this model now here, it is available. It will show you as well the radar. We have automatic light, we have LED headlights, which actually are amazing, turn on and off according to what is coming. I'll put in a clip as well. Then on the right side is the RPM and the temperature gauge. The wheel is adjustable in reach and rake in electric. On the left side we have a very thick, it's really thick, I think it's the thickest steering wheel I ever had. Leather wrapped, but really nice to touch. Shift pedals for the 8-speed automatic gearbox, left, down, right, up. Auto wipers, and then on the left side we can control the cruise control as well the speed limiter, 1 kilometer steps or 10 kilometer steps, which is nice. And on the right side, mode, radio and telephone, M badge on the bottom. Then one of the highlights as well for me is the touch screen, which is the one here in the middle, and it's huge, it's really big. I always criticize when the screen is too small. Here it's actually really good size, and what I love is when you put actually the reverse camera, you have a super wide picture. It's really awesome. Now you can adjust the setting, where it shows, and so on and so on. You can put the parking in, and then it will show you a 360 bird view as well as the reverse camera. When you turn the wheel, it will actually show that part of the camera, and actually it turns with you, which is amazing. So if you put in the front gear, it will go to the front camera and it does the same thing. I mean, if you still manage to nick your rims and ditch anything while parking, then I'm sorry to say, stop driving please, because this car is really made for people who can't see how far everything is. Now we put it in park. So you have this 6 kind of things which you can adjust towards your liking. You can move them around, as you can see here, towards your liking. For example, I put navigation and the average fuel consumption, and you can put the weather forecast or whatever you like. Once you put in, you go into navigation, which is amazing. Now, start stop button, start stop off and on. So basically you can keep the key inside. We have here the system for all the support systems, which is driver's alert, city braking, and so on and so on. And if you have the radar for the radar, then you have on the bottom the shortcuts as well as radio buttons and volume button. But for the volume, actually there's another highlight here. If you want to listen to the radio and you don't want to use the buttons on the steering wheel or the knob, you just do like this. If you want to go to the next title, you just do this and it will jump to the next station. Amazing. Air conditioning, left and right separate, heated and cooled seats in 3 settings. Then we have this super nice wood here, as well as the center console. Once you slide it open, you'll see a wireless charging station where you charge actually your smart key as well as your phone. It worked with the iPhone 8. In case you have one, it is working. 2 cup holders, 1 12-volt power socket. Then we close this. The gear knob, to change the gears, you can go in auto as well, or basically in drive and in a manual like this, or you can shift over the pedals as I mentioned. Then you can turn on and off the ESP. The mode buttons, sport will go to sport, it will show you the gears and everything is red. Comfort, it will go into white. And Eco Pro, it will remove the rev count and shows you the speed only up to 130, which basically tells you don't go faster than that to save fuel, and the efficient dynamics. Then again, for the camera and the reverse camera, electronic parking brake with auto hold function, and then the iDrive system with the shortcut buttons. Once you open it here, we have a compartment with another 12-volt power socket and 1 USB port, and the glove box is actually a little bit on the smaller side. However, just leave all the instruction manual at home. Then here is basically the sensors for the recognition for the volume, as I showed you. And I have to say, I thought it's a gimmick in the beginning, but when you're driving in the night, it's so easy. Instead of doing here or here, you just do like this and it does it. Mirror is super nice and sleek, dims itself as well. We have an SOS button as well. We have a sunroof, as you can see. Obviously you can lift it or open it. The roof lining is all black. Nice LED lighting for the driver and passenger, for the mirrors in the sunshades. And the seats are very comfortable. We have Harman Kardon speakers in this car. The sound is really good. Obviously you can adjust it towards your liking. And what I love as well, we have electric seats, and when you come close to the buttons, it will actually recognize what you want to touch without you touching it. So I'm just close to it and it will show you what is the function that you're going to use. Great feature, I love it. Okay, so that's it. Let's check the second row. Alright, so space in the back. What do we have? Seat in front is adjusted to me. I'm 1.84 m tall, and you can see I have plenty of headroom here. I had more than enough space in the front as well. Then we have this kind of compartments here where you can put bag and small items. In the middle we have the air ventilation. You can actually make it hot or warm, as well as open and close the vents. Then 2 smaller compartments, for example for your phone. We have no USB ports, however we have 2 12-volt power sockets. Then quite a large transmission tunnel, actually is this big, so no one can put the feet there. You have to basically sit like in a V shape if you have someone sitting in the middle. Doors open really wide, as you can see, and they are very long as well, so you have to be careful when you open them in tight parking spots. Let me close it. Then we have speaker, small one on top, the Harman Kardon in the middle as well. Then electric window goes down all the way up. as well and down automatically, and there's nothing left here, which is great. Pockets in the doors, then handle, hook, headrest. This is as high as they go, so they go really sufficiently high for my height, which is good. You can actually fold this down if you want to see more. You can open it up towards the boot, so if you have skis or something, you have an armrest. However, there's no compartment in it, which is a little bit waste of space, I have to say. It would be nice if there's a little compartment as well there. And you can open it and have 2 cup holders with an adjustment in case the drinks are smaller, so they don't move around. Isofix left and right, 3 3-point seat posts, 3 headrests, which is great. A lot of space, very comfortable, nice leather, and that's it. Let's check the boot. All right, so the rear of the 5 Series. On top, the very famous BMW shark fin. Actually, BMW is the first manufacturer who started with it, and a lot followed. So what do we have? Very nice, sleek design, red and very little white, just for the reverse gear. xDrive on the left means this is an all-wheel drive car. 530D, the obviously is a diesel. Once we open the boot, we can open it here or with the key. So let's open the boot. Obviously I have to keep it hold. We have the reverse camera. Maybe one criticizing point, that it's actually not covered, so it doesn't pop open like, for example, Mercedes has in some models. So actually if you drive in rain, the camera will get dirty. Obviously here we have the buttons to lock it and close it. Then the boot is pretty big. I would have to say 530 liters is quite large. We have a little net on the left side, a compartment with the cover on the left where you can put some items, and one that doesn't have a cover on the right side. And it goes really deep. You can obviously fold the seats, and you don't have to go in the front. You have the levers here. If you pull them, you will basically fold the seats. So that's it. There's no second compartment below that. We can close the boot with this one or with the key. Now enough of all the technical parts, let's drive. And what I really enjoyed about driving the 530D is the power combined with the fuel consumption. And if you think about it, you have a car that you can drive for, let's say, 6 liters diesel per 100 kilometers with comfort, with pretty much everything on board, and still be able to go 250 kilometers an hour, 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds, and have 620 newton meters of torque. It's 620. It's crazy, actually. Well, again, 3 liter, 6-cylinder engine, and I just love the park function with the key. I love the smart key in general. By the way, in case you drop it and it breaks or you lose it or whatever, another one costs 760 Swiss francs. That's kind of going into iPhone era already for a key. But again, you have a lot of technology on board, right? Now, what I love, cruise control, 30 kilometers an hour. However, you always have to turn it on every time you get into the car. What is cool is that you can have different keys to different drivers, and you can have drive profiles, and according to that key you have everything set up to your way. So mirrors, seats, screen, drive modes. It's amazing. It's really great. So basically if you drive, you can have it towards you, for example sporty, and if your husband drives, we do it other way around, he likes it more comfortable. You can have everything on comfort and so on and so on. So really great. Again, fuel consumption, lowest I had was 5.7. Now we went up a little bit more because we were driving obviously the intro and all this stuff, and that takes some fuel. But even without being like an obstacle on the highway, you can drive with 100 kilometers an hour or 120, and you're still going to be around the 6 liter diesel per 100 kilometers, which is great. Another thing that I really love is that you can individualize everything so much here. So as I mentioned, 2 different drivers can have 2 different setups, and the gesture control is awesome. Yeah? So yes, you can do it on a steering wheel, yes you can do it here, but it's so cool, you know? Why not? And it goes even fine, you know? Okay, we have to turn it on because of copyright. Then start, stop. We have plenty of things available in this car, which I love as well. For example, I put my hand now towards the adjustment of this seat, and you can see, sorry, I have to blink. You can see I'm touching now this one part and it illuminates it. Now look in this camera. I'm touching this part and will recognize that I have my hand there. I'm not moving it yet, I'm just having my hand there. Lumbar support, backrest and headrest. Headrest is electric as well. Then the seat and the front part to bring it out and in. It's just awesome. Now, space-wise, you have tons of space. You have 530-liter boot space. In the back, it's very comfortable. You can have 3 people sitting comfortably. Yes, you have the transmission tunnel, but that's okay. Engine and gearbox work great together. Now we're gonna drive out, so I show you what's the dynamic of it. If I put in Eco Pro, it removes basically the RPM gauge. It will show me now I'm coasting. It shows me I already coasted 11.7 kilometers over a distance of, I think, 120 kilometers or something. And I basically, the energy dynamics, it showed me, or the efficient dynamics showed me that I generated 8 additional kilometers with the way I was driving. So compared to if I wouldn't be driving Eco Pro, which is good. And you basically try to achieve more and more and more. You have like a rating as well as how efficient you drive. Let me just see. So we go into my car. No, that's the trip computer. Efficient dynamics. Here we go. So it will show you your fuel consumption, in which mode you were driving. So you see we were switching between the modes. And if you go in driver analysis, it will show you now how you accelerate and how you look forward and how you react to traffic. I had all 5 stars because I just reset the computer before the video. Now, believe me, I really had 5 stars in both of them. And then we have the Sport Anzeige, which is showing how much power I use, yeah, and how much torque I use. So now we're gonna go out in a moment. Let me put it in Sport, and it changed the characteristic of the car. So now we're driving 50, and I'll accelerate, and look at this. So we didn't even use all the way. So it shows you where I used all the power, but not all the torque. Yeah. It's fun, you know. And we'll jump back, you'll see how it works. So this is all nice. I like this one here that you can adjust it towards how you want it. Music, and the navigation works really good. 3D, you have all the houses when you zoom in. And as well, the fact that you can drive actually more than 1,000 kilometers with one fuel tank is great. Now, we're gonna go on this little road here in a moment, and obviously we have the M package here. It's not an M model, we have an M style package, so the big rims, bumpers and all these things, and it does look so much better. Colleague, let's call it colleague of mine, who does auto reviews as well, Ausfahrt TV, much bigger channel obviously. Hello from my side here from Switzerland to him. He reviewed this car in April, I believe, and he had the same car, 530D xDrive, however on small 17 or 18 inch wheels. So just head over to his video and see how ugly it actually looks when you have small rims. So this car, or a car like this, needs big rims to look, or any car actually, for that matter. Now, in regards to how the car behaves, see how I mean, it's very direct, you know, it's super direct, really great. Only thing missing in this car, what I mentioned, my points to criticize. Now this one doesn't have the radar. The radar is available, but we don't have it in this car. And I believe for a car that costs 105,000, it should be on board. Then, another thing is, no USB ports in the back for the rear passengers. It's small things, because you can't floor actually anything big on this car. Reverse camera, that it's not protected, the same in the front. It would be nice if it would be behind a flap, so once you activate it, actually it flaps open, and then it's always clean, right? If you drive long distance, your car will get dirty, the cameras won't help you anymore. Other than that, I love the dashboard, I love that the screen is so big. Handling is great, fuel consumption is good, engine picks up very well. Space-wise, it's good, so I don't know what to basically say that I could criticize on this car than the small points I had. Obviously the price, yes, it starts at around 78,000 Swiss francs for the 530D, right? Obviously you can get a smaller engine and a petrol engine, which will be a little bit less expensive. Because cheap is the wrong way, it's less expensive. But if you equip it with everything we have here, and you get the radar and maybe massage seats, because massage seats are missing as well, you'll end up more than 100,000 Swiss francs. More than 110,000. A lot of cars out there today. Now, if you're interested in this particular car that I'm driving right now, it's for sale from Garage Suter AG. Thank you very much. The link in the description, you can get this car. It's now from, I think, May 2017, so it's a few months old only. And it has now around 8,000 kilometers on the clock, and it's available for 79,990 Swiss francs. So you're getting 25,000 Swiss francs off for a car which is pretty much brand new and still has all the warranty. By the way, warranty 100,000 kilometers, I mentioned, and 10 years or 100,000 kilometers free service, whatever comes first. All right, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it interesting. A lot of cool features, a lot of nice technology on board, and so you see where the cars are coming. The car has as well adaptive cruise control with self-driving, and the self-driving is up to 50 seconds of steering, accelerating, slowing down. Not 12, not 10, 50 seconds, which is amazing. So we're getting more and more into self-driving cars, which is actually not a bad thing, to be honest. All right, so thanks a lot. Please subscribe, activate the bell icon so you're notified when there's a new video coming. Leave comments below, ask if you have any question, and head over to Garage Suter to ask them for maybe a test drive or maybe to buy this car. So I wish you a great day, and I see you next time. Bye.